What if Hillary Clinton was president? Donald Trump is the President of the United States. He is the first person to occupy the office without any government experience. After a divisive campaign against the RNC, the corporate media, and the DNC, he won with 304 electoral votes to Hillary's 227, even though Hillary won the popular vote. This ponders the question, what if in an alternate reality, Hillary Clinton was president? In an even playing field, Hillary Clinton would not have even been the 2016 Democratic nominee. She knew the country found her toxic, and it was an uphill battle to be president. A new generation of Americans, millennials, turned out in huge numbers for the voting booth this time around. Millennials are more influenced by social media and authenticity than simple fluff talk like I'm with her or stronger together. Most millennials would naturally vote for Trump or Bernie rather than Hillary. In the final vote, most people voted for Hillary not because of her, but in fear of Donald Trump. This made her careless and abandon her liberal base. The pick of Tim Kaine, the most boring neo-lib in politics, was a direct middle finger to socialist and progressive voters. Compared to Trump's VP pick, Mike Pence, Trump secured the Republican base of evangelicals and rural Americans. Given Hillary's missteps, it's no miracle she lost in 2016. The best chance for Hillary to be president was during 2008, not 2016. In 2008, after the disastrous Bush administration, any Democrat could have won the presidency. Opportunistic politicians like Clinton unsurprisingly ran for president. She had the most votes to win the Democratic nomination, but the outsider Barack Obama got the most electoral votes. If Obama didn't run, she would most likely have won the Democratic nominee. The final presidential showdown would have been between Clinton and McCain. Odds are that it would have been a 50-50 race, but October 2008, the financial crisis would have heavily favored Clinton or any other Democrat. McCain would have been painted as a third term of George Bush, while Clinton would have painted her as a return of the Clintons' 90s economic boom. I predict Biden or John Kerry would have been potential VP picks. This is the presidential map of Clinton versus McCain. Clinton would have gotten 317 electoral votes, while McCain would have gotten 221 electoral votes. I also believe the Democrats would have controlled the House and the Senate. Clinton is inaugurated in 2009 with a Democratic supermajority in the Senate and the House of Representatives. In the height of the Great Recession, the Clinton machine would do similar proposals like Obama's stimulus package, only more conservative and more corporate friendly. Clinton would not push for the Affordable Care Act or any other healthcare reforms. She may use rhetoric or increase regulations in healthcare, but the status quo would remain. The conservative insurgency, called the Tea Party, would be more vocal than in our timeline, claiming the government's bailing out of the banks ruined the economic prosperity of the middle class. The Republicans in Congress will use the Tea Party as the propaganda advocacy group to undermine Clinton during the months leading up to the midterms. Similar to our timeline, the Republicans gained control of the House after the 2010 elections, and an obstructive Republican Party emerges. Congress grinds to a halt. Whatever happens, the Arab Spring will take place in 2011. Unrest in Tunisia, Egypt, and Bahrain concludes as usual as in our timeline. The Libyan and Syrian civil wars will tempt Clinton to expand American empire. Clinton was all for the Afghanistan and Iraq war before they were very unpopular. So it's safe to assume she would be in favor of direct military intervention in Libya and Syria. Gaddafi is taken out much quicker, and Assad's fled to Iran or Lebanon, as the American intervention will help the rebels conquer Damascus. Thousands of civilians are killed, and the region is extremely destabilized. Similar to Iraq, the Middle East balkanizes, and various rebel groups begin infighting. In short, Clinton's Middle East will be far more destabilized than in our timeline. By 2012, Clinton would run for re-election, but the Republicans would have been hijacked by anti-government or nationalistic Tea Party elements. The slow economic recovery and continuous American interventions in the Middle East would make Clinton very vulnerable to Republican opposition. Trump will run for president during 2012 against Clinton. This is unsurprising since, in our timeline, Trump used the birther movement to attack Obama. So it's fair to assume that when he runs in this theoretical 2012, he will use some scandal from the Clintons that may emerge during her administration to attack her and gain support from the Republican base. In the Republican primary, Trump will probably be against Mitt Romney or Jeb Bush or some other high ranking Republican congressman or senator. Most likely, he will insult his way in order to get the Republican nomination. Under the small chance he might win the Republican nomination, it might be Clinton versus Trump in 2012, unlike in our timeline, which was Clinton versus Trump in 2016. I am going to guess that Trump would have won this election. Trump will probably use the Rust Belt strategy and destroy the Democratic blue wall, while Clinton will self-destruct herself by basically abandoning her base and trying to coat fellow Republicans. However, this strategy fails as most Republicans will support Trump rather than a corrupt Democrat. The general electoral map, I predict, will have Trump winning 275 electoral votes, while Clinton will lose with 263 electoral votes. Either way, Trump wins in my alternate 2012. This is mainly because the changing demographics of the country and the rebellion against the Great Recession.